You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tanya Mazurek.
We're back. Welcome to SBA
I haven't
Today.
seen you in so long.
I know.
Feels like at
I
least a
know.
year.
At least.
You've changed so much, Paul. Oh my
I
God.
know.
Anyway.
Well, welcome everyone to SBA Today, sponsored by SBA Collective for the week of January 6th. I am Paul.
And I'm Tanya, and welcome to the new year. All right, so I know y'all are ready to, kick butt this year. But before we get into the news, Paul, you said you got a special gift for Christmas. And it's about the SBA.
And this is very interesting, and Tanya has no idea. But
no, he likes to do this. You guys have figured this out. He likes to tell me that there's something, and then he doesn't tell me.
So, Brian, thank you very much for this gift. I appreciate it. And Tanya, I think the gift is probably more for you. However, there was a previous podcast episode where Tanya said something that was like brilliant, which, is pretty rare. But and you said, you know what? We need to make sure that Paul listens to Tanya. Well, I got a hat. Paul, listen to Tanya. And so, yes, Brian, thank you very much.
My gosh.
And now I will wear this all the time, that Paul will listen to Tanya on SBA Today.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Oh my God. Okay, good reason why you wouldn't tell me that.
Why?
Wow. That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I need to readjust
follow
it.
that.
I know,
you
right?
Seriously follow that. I have a feeling you won't, but it's cool.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for sharing that. That's so funny. All right. So, guys, holy cow, there was a lot going over the weekend. However, we're just going to stick with SBA, right? So let's talk a little bit about SBA. Almost 7,000 SBA loans in Minnesota will be blocked in the latest federal action regarding the fraud scandal that has enveloped the state. And we're not talking politics here. I just want to double check that or whatever. We're just giving you some news as far as what's going on in the SBA because it does affect us all. Anyway, Kelly Loeffler, administrator of the Small Business Administration, said borrowers suspected of fraudulent activity were approved for thousands of COVID-era loans, totaling as much as $400 million. The federal loans stem from programs meant to help small businesses, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. So she goes on to state, these individuals will be banned from all SBA loan programs, including disaster loans going forward. Loeffler said in a statement on X, we will also refer every case where appropriate to federal law enforcement for prosecution and repayment, and stated this is just the first state. Yeah, because it always starts with just one, right? All right. So, Paul, I went and looked up what a freeze meant because I'm sitting there going, okay, well, they're going to freeze ongoing funds. What happens to the funds that already were out there, right? So suspension.
Well, it's COVID era, so the funds are already gone.
Exactly. The suspension, the freeze and what they're talking about actually is larger than just freezing ongoing money, right? So suspension of funds, SBA stops any remaining or future disbursements. Investigation, the agency flags the borrowers for in-depth review, often involving federal law enforcement. Future bans, borrowers are prohibited from accessing any other SBA programs. Repayment demands, there you go, repayment demands, that's going to be the big one. The SBA seeks full repayment, potentially leading to asset seizure or wage garnishment if fraud is confirmed. So basically the freeze is just the beginning of a crackdown, not just a pause for suspected fraud on already issued relief loans.
So I have some opinions, and sorry, you get free opinions. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know what it is, but okay. So they started with one state. guess what, kids? There's 49 others that also have probably the same or more of this fraud. So in my opinion, I just think they're taking this and running with it. I think there is a ton of fraud that was done during COVID.
Right.
We all agree with that, right?
Right.
And I think they're just utilizing that to continue on. I do want, if there is fraud, you should have seizure and wage garnishment if fraud is confirmed, etc.
100%.
Fraudsters, though, you can't squeeze water from a rock, right? So, okay, cool, go get them. But what are we going to get? I mean, I'm glad we're doing this because we need to protect the program, taxpayer money, all of that. I 1,000% agree.
Well, because Paul, I mean, the whole point is during the situation when all this money was flowing, right? And yes, it came fast, and yes, there was a lot of
what do you think is going to happen?
Exactly, quick things to go. But I think they were doing the best they could to try to get it out there, right, for everybody.
Right.
Those who needed it are the ones that suffered, right? Because there's a finite amount of money.
True. That's true.
So the ones that need it, they're the ones that should have gotten it. Those who didn't, and those who gamed the system. Yeah, I mean, potentially this is going to go back because it hurts all of us. This has created like this rippling effect moving forward with the amount of money there is, with everything going down right now with the SBA, with changes in rules, changes. I mean, come on, it affects the entire system when bad apples
100%. 100%. And anyway. I'm glad that we have all these different systems, even though that annoys me after a while of, we got to check this system and check this system and check this system, and we got to clear this code. I get it, like it absolutely makes sense, but
some of the challenges that don't even need to be there potentially, or some of the new some things are created because, like I said, because if you've got one person that's doing something bad, it's going to wreak havoc on everybody. And there's going to be all these systems put in place. There's going to be challenges put in place. There's going to be things removed that maybe shouldn't be, things added that maybe should or shouldn't, right? So anyway, all right.
I have a phenomenal idea.
What?
And I think everyone's going to agree with me on this one. You ready for this?
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
Okay. If people took this time, rather than committing fraud, and gained a skill and went and got a job, think about how amazing our economy would be.
Well, Paul,
come on.
I mean, we've said that about hackers for how long?
I know.
Hackers, with the brilliance of what they can and can't do, could use that for good, or could use that actually to do something correct versus not so much.
I am turning more into my dad every single day.
Oh, well, you've already discovered that with me, that I have no filter. I think the older I get, the filter just goes away.
Right.
So, anyway.
Hey, well, speaking, I mean, not necessarily of fraud, but the other part of fraud is losses and losses. This was a very interesting, and I always did wonder this, and of course, Brett at Lumos, great job bringing out that information that you get. I'm glad that there is a great SBA nerd out there like me that is finding this kind of stuff. Correct. Yeah. Way bigger than me. Believe it or not, here's the quote: sold loans have a higher default rate. Is anyone shocked by that?
No.
You shouldn't be. But I thought it was extremely interesting. Now we have numbers to actually go with it. If looking at the chart here, so this is as of September 2025. If you retain the loans, 3.4% default rate. If you sold it, 5.8%. So very interesting. And there was an individual that commented on this post, and forgive me, I didn't write down the name, my bad. But they were really talking about, not shocking, but what's the reason for it? Well, we can't sell fixed rate loans in the secondary market. Fixed rate loans have more of an even payment. Is that the reason why that unsold loans have a lower default rate?
That could be part of it.
To me, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, regardless, even if you do sell the loan on the secondary market and it goes bad, you got to buy it back. So it comes back on your books anyway, or SBA's books.
Well, also though, Paul, think about this. GP lenders and or the type loans that typically are sold on the secondary market, right, are oftentimes potentially riskier, right? I feel because
for sure.
Yeah, so that would also increase default rates, correct?
Yeah, you would think so, correct, because you're not going to give, at least most institutions aren't going to give a fixed rate to a crazy industry, crazy borrower, like when you're stretching that limit of the powers of SBA lending. So yeah, you're right.
They play hand in hand, though. You're correct. They play hand in hand.
They do. But again, I also look at this too, and look at 2010, 12% default rate. Holy beep. That
makes sense.
And then look how lower, I mean, it was still super high for retained loans, but I don't know. Fascinating information. Love being a geek. Hopefully you found it as nerdy and cool as I did.
That's interesting that 2010 is so large. I would have thought after 2020 that would have shot up higher too then.
2010 was still pretty bad in that area, but I had no idea that it was this 12%. Like that never went into my head, but that's crazy. Large. 12% of your portfolio. Oh God, I would be breathing in a paper bag every day.
Well, why do you think so many banks went under and all kinds of crazy stuff went on back then?
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, SBA extends the franchise recertification deadline to June 30th, 2026. They've extended recertification. Franchise distributor will now have until June 30th, 2026 to execute the new SBA franchisor distributor certification. During this period, if the franchisor certification box on the franchise directory does not contain a Y, as in yes, Y, the SBA lender must continue to use the addendum indicated on the directory as well as comply with any notes included with the brand listing. Both the franchisor distributor and the franchisee must execute the addendum if required prior to loan disbursement. If a franchisor distributor has not executed the certification by June 30th, 2026, the brand will be removed from the directory.
Yep.
Have you ran into any issues with this yet, Paul?
I have had one that I went through and was not on the directory, and it was a very small franchise, those emerging markets. So it's those onesie twosies that haven't got around to it. One thing I'm doing until this is completely done is everybody signs the addendum. I don't care if you're on the list or not. Everyone signs it, and it's a belt and suspenders approach to it. Why not?
Well, I don't think that's the worst idea. I mean, cross your T's and dot your I's. That's what we all are known for in the SBA world, right?
That's true. Yep. And for those who are still curious, FedEx, 7-Eleven, still a no-no. So very interesting. Very interesting.
Cool. What else we got, buddy?
Hey, so I want to talk about this because this is something that I'm really beating the drum on with my team, and that is your support network. I'm sure we can all agree that the people that are coming to us for loans, that we're seeing a bunch of people in tech that are wanting to buy businesses, and I'm sure, Tanya, I'm sure you've seen that as well.
Oh, heck yeah.
It ain't a Washington thing, even though we got a ton of tech up here.
Oh,
but it's very
no, we've got a
common.
ton of tech in Colorado and across.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point. But one of the things that I'm really making sure that my lenders and when I'm looking at credit write-ups and approving and doing that type stuff, I want to know who the support network is. Not just for these, I'm talking everybody. And, there's the four-legged stool, right? You got to have a good attorney, a good bookkeeper, CPA, insurance, and banker. If you're missing one of those, your stool falls over. One thing that really got me on this one and really made me go down this path is we were doing an annual review, and there was I may bring this as a future story on here.
Nice.
But when you see that there's a few things that are triggers to me on a tax return. Okay.
Right.
Number one is when it says loan payments as an expense. Hey guys, loan payments is not an expense. Interest is an expense. You don't get to expense your principal. Okay. Like that's accounting one-on-one. But when there are more spelling errors across the tax return and things like that, it makes you think, wow, this person shouldn't even have a license to use TurboTax.
No regrets.
No regrets. Correct. It was crazy. When we see P&Ls that come over from Excel, I cringe. All of that. So, a business will fail if you don't have a good bookkeeper, CPA, period. Quote me. That's true. Attorneys, they're good there when you need them. Bankers, if you need money, and insurance people to really make sure that you're covered on risk and depending on the industry. But man, just people need to stop. Oh, I'll do it myself and save some money. Well, it could kill your business too.
Yeah. And guys, if you've got one that's not working for you, now I'm running into this right now, a deal that I'm doing. And oh my God, it has been 3 years now. They've had an accountant, CPA, whatever, that is either so behind or so inept or so something, right? That seriously, right now they're still doing the 2024 taxes. Still doing 20.
Who's paying that penalty?
That's what I freaking said, right?
And
I'm sitting there going, okay, so now they're trying to get a piece of property. Okay, piece of property for the thing that has a contract that has a deadline, and I can't do a dadgum thing for them, right? Without knowing what happened in 24. Then I have no idea what's going to come down the line for 2025 now. So I'm sitting there going, okay, we had this conversation when I did a loan for you guys 2 years ago at my previous institution, right? Same daggum accountant. It took freaking 5 months to do this, not because of bank, but because of the CPA just dragging their feet and getting everything wrong. I'm sitting there going, why are you still paying this person? And they're paying them a lot of money.
Idiots.
Get rid of them.
Idiots. That's it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, sorry, but I'm in the midst of that right now, Paul. And that just drives me absolutely crazy. If you've got somebody that's not working, right? And you've got multiple other partners that are telling you there's a problem with that particular one. Listen, maybe like Paul listened to Tanya. Oh my God. Anyway. All right. Yes. Okay. We're moving on. That one gets me riled. Anyway. Okay. Nominations are now open. Hey guys. Nominations are open for Coleman's 2026 SBA Lender Professional Awards. These prestigious awards recognize outstanding SBA lending professionals and companies that have made significant contributions to the small business lending community. All right. Get to nominating someone you respect or admire. And if you haven't received a shoot, you can reach out to Coleman or whatnot to get a little story. I think I should have written it down of where you can go to actually do that.
It's a long website, but definitely if you do a Google search for Coleman SBA, he's always the first thing that pops up. But that's a really good thing. It's a good feather in your cap.
It is.
And I will say, right there is one that I received, and I think Tanya's got hers as well. So, but no, it's just a good feather in your cap, and
it is.
Nominate somebody There's plenty of great people that are doing great things in this community. We are a very small, tight-knit community. Let's do some rewards out there. It's a good
Well,
thing.
and you know what's funny is we all love accolades. Everybody loves an accolade. So to get a nomination from somebody else in the industry, I mean, it feels good, guys. I went and nominated somebody, just FYI. Not myself, no, but I went and nominated somebody because it feels good to actually put something out there for somebody else and recognize what they've brought to it outside of ourselves, right? Because
100%.
everything that others provide to this industry and to what we do helps all of us. So, yeah, go nominate somebody you like.
Preach it, sister.
Preach it. All right. Anyway, okay. All right. Anything else this week, Paul?
Nope, that's it. We'll save it for next.
Yes. You guys so excited for the new year and what's to come. We're all starting at 0, but we are not zeros. We are moving it. Anyway. All right. Don't forget we're live on Tuesday mornings right here on LinkedIn and YouTube. Any of the platforms where you get your podcast. Check out our previous episodes and our sister show, the BDO show. Those guys are doing a really great job, actually. If you have questions, connect or follow Paul and I on our individual LinkedIn pages. If you like what we do, subscribe or share with your colleagues because, hey, they might not know we're out here. They might not know our info. Anyway, enjoy the week. If no one's told you, we appreciate you. So go out and kick some butt.
See you later.
Guys.